Special counsel Robert Mueller might have a new target into the investigation into the Trump campaign's ties with Russia. Now, this target hits especially close to home. According to CNN, White House senior advisor Jared Kushner has now reportedly turned over documents to the special counsel Robert Mueller, as investigators have expressed interest in his role in the firing of James Comey as the FBI director. Now, Mueller's investigators have been asking in witness interviews about Kushner's role, sources told CNN. Meanwhile, sources close to the White House told CNN that based on their knowledge, Kushner is not a target of Mueller's investigation, and that Kushner voluntarily turned over the documents, which were similar to the ones he provided congressional investigators earlier this year. Now, do we know that for sure? That it was voluntary? I don't know. Mueller hasn't said anything. Obviously, he's not going to say anything. Kushner and Trump, they're obviously not going to say anything. He's not going to go out and say, I'm absolutely under investigation. And nobody does that. So we don't know, but we also don't know the specifics yet. That's fair. Only that he handed over certain documents. Now, what do those documents involve? I don't know. But apparently what they're looking at is what kind of involvement he had in the firing of James Comey. Now, the reason that that's important is because this could be considered obstruction of justice. And if you're an accessory to obstruction of justice, I imagine that you can get in trouble for that. In fact, that's the very thing that ultimately led Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein to appoint Mueller as the special counsel. Comey had originally been overseeing the Russia investigation at the FBI. Now, Trump, in his infinite wisdom, was like, I don't like what Comey's doing. I suddenly really, really hate Comey. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fire him. You dumbass. You don't fire somebody who's investigating you. That actually makes you look more guilty. And so that, like I said, led to the eventual appointment of Robert Mueller, who is now apparently kicking your ass. Now, CNN's report also comes one day after Vanity Fair reported that Trump had also become very frustrated with Jared Kushner. Citing a source briefed on a Tuesday call between Trump and former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon, Vanity Fair's Gabriel Sherman reported that Trump blamed Kushner for his role in decisions, specifically the firings of Michael Flynn and James Comey. Here we go. Trump also told his longtime advisor, Roger Stone, that he agreed with Stone's assessment that Kushner was providing him bad political advice. Someone familiar with the conversation told Vanity Fair. Jared is, quote, the worst political advisor in the White House in modern history. This is Sam Nunberg, a former Trump campaign operative, also talking to Vanity Fair. I'm only saying publicly what everyone says behind the scenes at Fox News, in conservative media, and the Senate and Congress. Ooh, that's not looking good for Jared Kushner. You have all these different people talking smack about this guy behind his back. Like, oh, Kushner, terrible advice. Why would you ever listen to that guy? Well, you did appoint him as advisor. Just saying. So the question is Trump starting to turn on his own son-in-law? Look, he didn't seem to have a problem with Kushner's advice before, but suddenly now that Mueller's looking into him in his role in firing Comey, now, I don't know. We're looking at Trump now saying bad things about Kushner. Oh, he's with the terrible advice, and then he's starting to distance himself. Oh, boy. Now, look, I've talked about Kushner before. I've talked about Ivanka before. Why are they even there? I've asked this question, right? He's not qualified for anything. And in fact, from people who actually know him, he's an idiot. Now, you might have seen this story, this account from Harleen Kalon. Now, Harleen was a former employee of The Observer. Now, this was run by Jared Kushner. Now, she said, and I love this quote, he would compensate for his lack of knowledge by saying stuff like, let's just blow up the whole concept of digital. It would sort of sound interesting for a second, and then you would just forget about it and then get on with the work. Again, Kushner right there, just from that quote alone, sounds a lot like something Donald Trump would say. No, we're just going to blow up digital. Really? What does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything. Now, she also added, like Trump, we're talking about a guy who isn't particularly bright or hardworking, doesn't actually know anything, has bought his way into everything ever with money he got from his criminal father, who is deeply insecure and obsessed with fame. You don't buy the NYO, marry Ivanka Trump, or constantly talk about the phone calls you get from celebrities if it's in your nature to shun the spotlight, and who is basically a shithead. God, that sounds like a mirror image of Donald Trump. Again, no wonder Ivanka Trump married him. I'm just saying, there's something weird going on there. But anyway, that's pretty clear. Now, what's also clear is that, like I said, Trump looking at Kushner going, oh crap, he's a little too close. He's getting investigated, maybe by the FBI. We got to get out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Maybe. I don't know. It'd be a pretty big step. But the question is, how low can he go? I mean, I don't think he'd ever shiv his son-in-law. Or at least I didn't think. Now, I'm not so sure. But here we are. If there's a low, Donald Trump aims to go lower. There is no bottom to this barrel. That is the Trump administration. It's amazing. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.